Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. This is water. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Carrie, where have you been? We have missed your face. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy June. Happy Pride. Good morning, Raul. Oh my God, my glasses. All right. A little better. Good morning, Anna. Hi, Melissa. What did I put in my water? I put milky oats tincture. It says it has lots of minerals and trace nutrients: silica, magnesium, phosphorus, chromium, iron, calcium, alkaloids, protein, and vitamin B complex, and vitamins A, C, and E, and K. It's supposed to energetically help ease the stress of challenging changes and dark moods. It also has immune modulating properties, is a grounding nervine for the brain and nervous system, promotes concentration, and stimulates the endocrine system and increases circulation throughout the body. So that's what I'm putting in my water today. That tells you anything about my thought. Oh my goodness. First open mic. How did it go? I had no idea what kind of open mic. Like funny open mic, singing. Good morning, Janelle. Hi, Suzette. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Nicole. Hi, Kate. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jen. Good morning, Christine. Good morning. All right. Oh, you sing. Oh my goodness. That's so exciting. Congratulations, babe. Well, friends, we find ourselves here again. It is another month. Can you believe it has been 6 months of 2023? I feel like we're all going to need t shirts for this year. You agree? You're going to need a t shirt. It's like, I survived 2023, and all I got was this fucking t shirt. No, I was about to, it was like almost 10, and um I didn't even have a drink, and I was like, shit. So I went into the kitchen and I was like, I need water, and the only glass closest to me was my wine glass. So I was like, all right, we're gonna do this. Has everyone around you been crashing and burning? Yeah, they have been. Um, they have been. I Yeah, like, how do I put this? Shit's really hitting the fan for like all of the things you were trying to not see, like if you've been studiously avoiding the reality of the situation in your life, it's probably not going so well anymore. And I'm finding that those are the crash and burn experiences that I'm having around me. But here we are. I do feel like June is coming in with some really big, fresh energy. We have the full moon in Sagittarius to look forward to this weekend. And like I've been telling everybody who will listen, this is a good moon to work with if you're in a moony mood, okay? And not just because it's my natal moon, but Sagittarius energy is very expansive, okay? It doesn't need to know where it's going, just needs to know that it's going somewhere up. It's all about ascending into new adventures and new understanding. And it's a very potent energy for fully releasing anything that's still making you feel heavy, right? And also for catching a ride on that vibe into some new adventures, right? So this is a good moon to work with if you, like I said, you're feeling moony. Um, so we'll do some card pulls about that. And also, what's the other thing I wanted to tell you? There was something. Oh no, I forget now. I forget now. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, happy Pride Month, right? I'm not going to, you know, rant and rave this morning, or maybe I will. We'll see how it goes. But Pride Month, just like any other of these months where we recognize people or groups of people, um, I have mixed feelings about, right? Like, I'm going to be very involved in Pride Month this month. And obviously, I love seeing the support, but I would really love to see the support when it's not because you think rainbows are cute and love to buy all those things and it feels like a big gay party, right? Because while being queer can have moments of being quite a big gay party, overall it's not a it's not an activity, you know? It's not a I don't know. It's not a dress up activity that we like put on gay clothes and go be gay together. It's just who you are. Like, it's just who you are. It's just like an essential part of your being. And I don't know. I think there needs to be a balance between getting excited to party and keeping that same energy to support rights for people to be people, right? So I'm a mixed bag with it. You know what I mean? I'm a mixed bag with it. I think I'm a mixed bag with everything like that because it's like, yes, bring visibility, bring awareness, but also remember that this is happening all 12 months of the year. And if you're not following your big celebration with doing something about it, then you're not really helping, right? You're just kind of being like Cinco de Mayoing everything, right? Like, ooh, it's a great day for tacos and margaritas, but do you even know what Cinco de Mayo is, right? Like, I don't know. So, like I said, mixed bag. Will definitely be, enjoying and partaking, of course. But again, the other thing is, and I just made a post about it this morning. I love how I'm like, I'm not going to talk about this and have a rant, and then I'm like, but I am. That's what I'm doing. Story of my life. But I wrote a post about it this morning and posted it for you guys to read. But um, I've had talks with people about privilege a lot. Um, a lot of my followers are like my demographic of followers. If you were to kind of like look at it like TikTok and Instagram does, my demographic is straight white women between the ages of 28 and 50. Okay. That's the bulk of my followers. Okay. Straight white women between 28 and 50. So that's an interesting demographic to understand that I am most connected with, right? As I am not that. Like, and I'm not saying all of you guys are straight white women because but I'm just telling you the bulk of my followers based on algorithms is that. Okay? So I do have a lot of them. And so we talk about privilege a lot. I was having a lot of these conversations over the past month actually about what privilege is. And I think part of the issue with it is that the conversations we have around privilege make it sound like privilege is something that you can give up, right? That you cannot have anymore and that you're a better person if you don't recognize your privilege or you don't make use of your privilege. But that's not how privilege works. Okay? So if you are a straight white Christian person in this country, you have the highest privilege, okay? You don't get to not have it. You don't get to turn your privilege off because by virtue of being alive and in that demographic of people, you have highest privilege. You can't tell people to treat you with less privilege. Okay? It's not a thing. Just like if you are, a straight white man and you walk into a bank, you already know you are going to be treated usually in a very specific way. I know I'm going to be treated differently. Okay? Those are things you can't change. So when I hear people talking about like, well, I don't recognize that privilege. Like I don't use that privilege. I don't believe in that. It's like that is the most privileged fucking thing to say. To say you don't believe in your privilege that you were born with is so fucking privileged. It's like the cognitive dissonance of the century, right? I'm not part of the problem. We need to change the conversation and remove the focus from that and remove it from you, right? So, if you are a person who is privileged, which means you get to walk through life not wondering if people are going to attack you for simply living your own life and making your own choices, right? If you are that person, that means you're privileged. You actually have an opportunity to then use that privilege to amplify voices who cannot do that, right? You don't have to understand what it's like to not have your privilege. You have to understand what it feels like to have your privilege and how amazing it is and how life giving and essential it is to you to be seen and heard in your communities, right? And then you take that and advocate for others who don't have that ability so that they can experience the pleasure, right, of that privilege as well. Until we make those changes, we're just fighting amongst each other, right? While the people who have privilege are still enjoying the privilege, but feel better about their privilege because they're like, I'm an ally. You're not an ally if you don't do shit about it. Just saying, well, I love gay people. I have gay friends. The same thing as saying, like, well, I love brown people. I have brown friends. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? And I think, aren't we in a time now where you really do need to pick a freaking side? Like, where are you? Do you believe that all people should have equal rights or do you not? Because there's no nuance here. There doesn't have to be a nuance. It's either you believe in my right to exist in this country and have equal rights as an actual human being, or you don't. And if you don't, I really want to know because I don't really want you here. And that's the truth of the matter. Like, I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to engage with you. I don't want to have any type of conversation with you because for fucking what? You already have decided that you don't believe I should have as many rights as you do. We have nothing in common, right? I'll love you from afar because what's the point? So at this time, right? If you're in a place of privilege, it's Pride Month. Be real fucking loud about how you support gay people, right? Are you afraid to put a pride flag in front of your house? You probably should be because in some places that's going to equal a hate crime. Think about that, right? I live in a neighborhood where we have MAGA signs and pride flags, and I walk through here all the time and I think to myself, what is what is this? Like everybody's like playing some weird Fruit Loop game because it's such a again cognitive dissonance and such hatred and not understanding of what the whole point is, right? It's not about politics. This is human life, right? You're just the ability to be safe and seen as a person. So it's I think it warrants conversation, but I think it also warrants less tolerance and more action, right? So while and I said I'm like, well, I wouldn't want to talk to you if that's how you are. I still stand by that. I would love to have a conversation if you're in a space where you want to understand things differently. But other than that, like why? Like, you know what I mean? It's going to tie into everything. Everything is tying into the same space. Either you believe all people should have rights or you don't. No gray areas. So, yeah, and Angie says, I live in West Palm Beach and have my flag flying, and next door my neighbor has his Trump flag. Exactly. Exactly. So, good morning, Arlene. Yeah, it's just, It is a kettle, but at the same time, there's a lot of really big shifts happening. And so I don't want to sound all depressy about it. I just don't also want to not say something. Do you know what I mean? But I am seeing shifting. I am seeing people speaking up instead of being quiet and ambivalent. And I think one of the biggest things we are doing, especially I see in this community, is we're healing, right? We're healing within. We're doing our specific work so that the energy we put out into the world isn't dissonant, right? We're putting out healed energy. Just like that saying, hurt people hurt people. Well, kind, loving, and healed people are kind, loving, and healed to other people. So we're doing that. And I think, it's important. It's important. Yeah, and like Kate said, she has her flag in her home because it doesn't feel safe yet outside. But here's the thing, and I had to talk about this as well because I live I live with my kids and it's just me and my kids, right? So we're here. And it sucks that I feel that if I put a flag out on my yard, that I'm targeting my children and possibly their safety. I don't love that feeling. I also don't want to play a game with their safety. So there's that too. So it's just like this, it's just not a comfortable space, right? It's not a comfortable space to be in um, at all. But anyhow, anyhow, shifting gears, like a super big left turn. Um, I want to do a quick energy check-in as I'm shuffling with you guys. So like 1 through 10, and here's a specifier for your energy. How aligned do you feel with yourself right now? 1 through 10. How aligned do you feel with yourself right now? And I'm shuffling for you. Okay, sixes, sevens, 5, 6, 8, 8, 7. All right. Jen's feeling like an 8. Lisa's an 8. If you're just popping on, you're like, what are the numbers? How aligned with yourself are you feeling right now in this moment? 1 through 10. Okay. We're doing colors today. So I'm going to give you 3 colors and you tell me which color is feeling most aligned with you this morning. Good morning, Jen. Your 3 colors are purple, aquamarine, and pink. I feel like those are the same colors we did the other day. Purple, aquamarine, and pink. That's just what it is, though. Purple, aquamarine, and pink. Good morning, Freddie. Freddie, I didn't officially change our session. I saw your name. I just remembered I didn't do that. But we're doing 12:30. Hi, Audrey. And hi to everybody who's listening in their car and can't chat because I just learned that people do that. So purple, aquamarine, and pink. Yeah, I have to remember to pick up my kids at noon. That's going to be really hard for me because I don't have that in my brain as a thing I do. So really gonna try to do it. Good morning, Lydia. Pink is a good choice. We're going to do purple, aquamarine, and pink. And here comes purple. Freddie, Arlene says hi and glad that you're here. All right. You ready for purple? Tell me when. Again, you're choosing from purple, aquamarine, and pink. Purple, aquamarine, and pink. All right. Here we go. YouTube, you ready? Okay. So if you chose purple, here's your story. You've got the goblin. You've got the love. And you got the novice. So let's talk about it. You've got the goblin, love, and the novice. This is your purple. The other choices are aquamarine and pink. Okay. So my purple friends, you have triggered your ego. And it's such an interesting vibe. This is such an interesting vibe because it's like it's a little ridiculous, but also very real. So the journey that you've undertaken, the one you've been on, the new one that you still got the little baby colt legs with, you're kind of like, oh, like I can run around, but I fall a lot, is love. And not just any kind of love. It's like really loving yourself. Like not bubble baths, but like loving yourselves, making choices that are feeling like they're good for you, like they make you feel good, not taking a vote with everybody to see what they want to do and then being like, fine, I'll do it too. It's like the journey is into that space where you finally love yourself, right? So you're there again with your colt legs, and it's been like, oh, all right, we're doing this. But then your ego is like, you're so full of yourself. You're so like that is selfish. You're being selfish. What about other people? You should think about other people. You should be caring about other people. You should be giving. You should be helping. Like this is very egoic of you. Like you're not being a good person. Here are all the reasons why. You're triggering the program that has kept you in people pleasing mode. And it's important to trigger that program. That's how you remove it. So, like, step one of identifying a program is to trigger it. So then you know what it is, right? And once you trigger that program, the question is, what do you do? Do you retreat because it scares you that you triggered it? Or do you say, oh, good, found it, and lean the fuck in? Instead of allowing the voices in your head to dictate what you're doing or how you're feeling about yourself, why don't you ask them some good questions, right? Do you ever talk back? Because the ego part, the goblin, is saying, you shouldn't do that. You're not worthy of that. It's selfish. Have you asked why? Like, did you ask? Did you say, hey, where'd you get that information from? What's your source? What's your source information? Like, where is it? You know? And it needs to be good, solid source information. It can't just be from fucking Wikipedia. You know what I mean? So if that's you right now, purple friends, feeling like, oh man, what did I do? I'm loving myself and making choices that feel good to me. I'm a bad person. Good. That means you did it. So lean in and let's keep going because soon enough, you're going to develop the ability to stand on those colt legs and run very, very fast and be majestic. Be the majestic horse you've always wanted to be. You just have to move through this part. Okay? It's very good. All good. all good. All right. The next one is aquamarine. And then the one after that would be pink. So if you're just joining us, maybe aquamarine and pink is for you. That was purple. All right. Here comes your aquamarine. All right. Tell me when you're ready. Aquamarine. Mm. All right, you ready? So look who's back. It's the forgiveness card again. Oh no. You guys. All right. And then we have Lady of the Lake and Spider. So forgiveness and Lady of the Lake and Spider. Let's see what your story is today. All right. So again, this has been coming up a lot. I don't think you would have escaped getting this card and if you've been watching Coffee and Magic in the past couple weeks, right? Like it has been really unrelenting. It's sometimes it comes out a few times in one Coffee Magic. So like it really wants to be heard. And let me just put it this way because I think you might need it said a few different ways. You can't go back and inform yourself of what you didn't know and make different choices. I know we love to think about the what ifs, right? But it is not a thing that you do right now. So it's really the energy is inviting you to please stop being so unkind to yourself for what you didn't know. You know what you know now, and that can inform your actions moving forward. And it affects you, it affects the whole timeline of you. What you do now moving forward affects that timeline. Forgive yourself for your participation in the things that have hurt you. I'm going to say it again. Forgive yourself for the participation in things that have hurt you. Forgive yourself for your participation in the things that have hurt you. I've said it a million times now. Can you say it back to me? I forgive myself for my participation in the things that have hurt me. Say it. I forgive myself for my participation in the things that have hurt me. Okay? I needed to hear it. Did you need to hear it? Did you need to say it? Do you need to say it a few more times? Do, please. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. This energy is really unfuckwithable. And this is where you are now. Actually, this is where you are now. The only reason you are not feeling this way is because you still have not forgiven yourself for the participation, for the role you have played in your own pain. This is keeping you from feeling like you deserve to be in the present. Okay. And this is here. It's not like this isn't the energy that's like coming in. It is you right now. People actually see this when they see you, but you aren't seeing it because you're really still wrapped up in this energy. Okay? So release, forgive yourself because Lady of the Lake is here and the spider is here. There's nothing you can't create now. You've learned about boundaries and how to use them. You've lost a million fucking relationships that were not serving you. And are you feeling it? All of a sudden, your creativity is back, right? So let's go. Let's go. All right? Off we go. Onward. Okay? Forgive yourself. Notice I'm not saying forgive the other people. I don't think that's your job. That's my opinion. That's how I see it. I don't think it's your job. I don't think it's our job to forgive other people for being idiots and assholes. I think that's part of the problem. But we forgive ourselves, right? Forgive ourselves. They need to forgive themselves. But, right, in order to forgive yourself, what do you have to have? The ability to self reflect and to see where you may have made a mistake. A lot of people don't have that. So, all right, last one. This will be pink. Very Lisa Frank. Just like last time. Wonder why. Those aren't even my favorite colors. Like if I had to pick colors like to do things with in life, those wouldn't be the ones. Purple, aquamarine, and pink wouldn't be the ones. Okay. This is going to be pink though. And I said pink, so that's very broad. There's so many pinks to be experienced. It's the spider and the Lady of the Lake. Everything I said contained all the information from all the cards, though. All right, here comes your pink. Oh boy. Just in time for this one, Kit. Tell me when you're ready, everyone. Hmm. Okay, so we've got, this is your pink one. The wasp, movement, and risk. Oh boy. So this is going to be, this feels specific. So again, when it gets specific like this, there's usually one or two people like watching live for whom this is very much a big thing happening. So well, I guess we'll see. Who are you triggering so hard with your choices right now? Who is it? Because here's the thing. It feels quite literally like this person is wanting like it feels like whoever this person is actually a person of like gravity in your life, like somebody who like whose vote counts, you know what I'm saying? And you're running something by them and they're trying to make you feel scared. They're trying to make you feel like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." Like that'll never work out. Like it's risky. It's risky. They're putting all of their fear-based vibes onto you and it's making it difficult for you to jump in because now you're getting scared, right? Then you're like, oh no, maybe I shouldn't if this person is saying like oh, I shouldn't do it. Like, oh, like maybe they're right. Maybe they're seeing something I'm not. So if that's what you're thinking, maybe they see something I don't. You're right. They do see something you don't. They see their own experiences, trauma, and then their innate jealousy that they haven't named. They are seeing things very differently than you. And that is unfortunate. But again, not a whole lot of your problem, quite honestly, right? Whenever somebody, and I feel like everybody has a lot of these people in their lives, right? Because this is like a whole fucking generation was taught to do this. But I know in my family, there's one person in particular that when I'm excited about something, they have to tell me a negative thing that could happen with it, right? Like, oh my God, I love all my plants. I hope your dog doesn't eat them. Okay. I got a new bike. I'm so excited. You better be careful and wear a helmet. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And God love them because that's very unlovable energy. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? And like, it can go a few ways with you if you hear that enough. You can start having anxiety about all of the bad things that are possibly going to happen with all the fun things you're experiencing, or you can be like, "Damn, like damn, right? Like who hurt you? Was it you?" So anyway, time to look at that, friends, because it's time for you to make a move. And maybe the reason you keep asking everybody's opinion is because you're just scared and nervous, but maybe you need to stop running everything by everybody. Okay? Especially people like that. Stop running all of your like if you have something amazing and brilliant to say or like you had a really good moment, why the fuck are you telling somebody who consistently, pisses all over it? What are you doing that for? Like what are you doing? Right? What is that pattern? Like maybe ask some questions about that. Like, what is it in me that needs to be punished for being happy? So I keep going to this person and being like, tone me down a few notches. I'm having too much fun, right? Like, bring me back down to earth where I belong or something. Like, I don't know. Why are you doing that? But just stop. Okay. So, like, ask your own self. Ask your own self what you want to do and like try that this time because this person is just like I said, it may not even be ill intention because there's such a lack of self understanding with this energy that like you can't even call it malicious because malicious has intent and understanding of action, right? You just this isn't very super intelligent about it. It's just like, like you don't know any better, but like also you're really dragging me down. So let it fly away and bug somebody else for a minute. You can acknowledge that it feels risky and scary, and then you can go do your thing. Okay? Make a choice that aligns with your body. Run it through your heart, run it through your gut. What do those things say? Right? Give it a shot. See what happens when you actually do something that is in alignment with your heart and your gut for once. And then see. It'll be good. It'll be good. All right. So that's your coffee and magic for this morning. Thank you for being here. A few announcements. If you are interested in one on one sessions, DM me on Instagram. That would be the best way. Or you can go to my website. I have made it very simple. Also, putting out the earworm for the next 12 weeks of the Normalized Magic membership, which is basically like coffee and magic with faces and just boosted, right? We meet once a week in the evenings for 12 weeks, and it's a wonderful, incredible group who've become family and love to talk to each other from different platforms during Coffee and Magic. And we have a lot of fun and we do a lot of growing and loving together. So if that feels like something you want in your life, you can also DM me and we'll get you in. We're going to start the next round of that in July. I love you so much. Have an awesome weekend. Enjoy this full moon in Sagittarius. Maybe think about me because it's my moon and I'm going to be feeling very expansive. That's my plan this weekend. And I will see you back here on Monday at 9 a.m. Mwah! Goodbye, my YouTube friends.